Our senators are going to focus on key issues now. Today begins it, but all year long. And we've been doing this all along, but now in 2026, it is our main focus. Senator Klobuchar.
Domestic violence tends to spike during the holidays, according to police. I'm Dave Kinchin, working for you with resources you or someone you know may need.
A federal judge making a bold move, siding with Enbridge on their Line 5 pipeline. I'm Lauren Edwards with what you need to know.
I'm meteorologist Rich Luderman. Our thaw started today. It's going to go into Thursday, but we have some wet weather, perhaps some ice Thursday night. We'll check it all for you just ahead.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 10 starts now.
President Donald Trump announcing warrior dividend checks to service members. This was part of a primetime address to America. In a 20-minute speech, the president touted a long list of his policies from the first year of his second term, which he claims have led to a booming economy, a secure southern border, and peace throughout much of the world. But most notably are these new payments to soldiers. The administration will give checks of $1,776 to roughly 1.5 million service members before Christmas.
The checks are already on the way. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody.
This will total in roughly $2.5 billion in a cost to taxpayers. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll break down some of the president's claims about the health of the economy. The holidays are known for fun times with friends and family, but many police departments say they unfortunately see the downside, a spike in domestic violence. Fox News' Dave Kinchin is working for you with resources to help survivors of domestic violence get the help they need the most. He's live tonight with the details. Dave.
Yeah, Rube, good evening to you. We spoke with Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard about this very issue. He says it's not uncommon for his office to see more calls relating to domestic partner violence around this time of year. We'll go to some video here. In fact, the sheriff showed us some video that has not been released publicly showing a disturbing incident involving a man who assaulted his wife on their doorstep in the middle of their neighborhood, punching her several times before pulling her by her hair, all as a Ring doorbell camera captured everything. That man has been jailed, we're told. Earlier this year, we've covered horrific murder-suicides in places like Waterford, Canton, Westland, and Dearborn Heights, where police say a wellness check led to the discovery of 2 dead bodies. Now, we spoke with Haven House in Oakland County. It's a shelter for domestic violence survivors in Pontiac. Along with the sheriff, they both talked about these tragic outcomes, how to prevent them, and how to get help.
There's more time together. There's more time to have some of those disagreements that were kind of percolating there, but now you're thrown together and more time and more opportunity to disagree, and sometimes it can be cash flow. That's one of the biggest issues of disagreements in a household. So whatever the case may be, it's a stimulating thing, and it kind of comes to a boil oftentimes during the holidays.
We're an emergency shelter specifically for intimate partner violence. If someone is in need, they can call our 24-hour crisis hotline, and they'll go ahead and talk with them and see if they're eligible for shelter. If they're not, we have a ton of other resources that we can offer folks that aren't fit for our shelter necessarily, and those resources can include many of our sister agencies, such as Lighthouse or other organizations that can help.
We also want to remind anybody watching that the National Domestic Violence Hotline is always there to take your call, whether you are seeking help for yourself or asking for advice for a loved one. You can make a toll-free, completely anonymous call anytime, any day of the year to 1-800-799-7233. That's 1-800-799-7233. 833. Now, coming back live, we can also tell you we know children can be caught in the middle of these terrible situations that can spiral out of control. Tonight on The Edge, we're talking with the folks at Haven House in Oakland County about resources they have to help children caught in this cycle as well. There's many resources like that. We'll tell you more tonight on The Edge. We're live in Birmingham. Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, and Dave, covering these, as you know, the most dangerous time for anybody is the time in which they decide to leave, and that partner then becomes aware of that. But that's why these resources are there. They can help with those transitions.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And leaving is often the hardest part that takes the most strategy, and it takes several attempts sometimes to leave, but very much the dangerous part, no doubt.
Well, look forward to your report tonight on The Edge at 11. Thanks so much, Dave Kinchin, for us live tonight.
I believe that the right to self-defense, to defend your life against a threat, is absolute. I believe that's in the Catechism. It's in natural law.
A new push to repeal Michigan's so-called red flag laws. Michigan House Republicans have introduced a package of bills aimed at rolling back the state's extreme risk protection orders. The current laws allow a judge to temporarily remove firearms from anyone deemed a danger to themselves or others. The new bills seek to significantly narrow that process. Gun safety advocates argue that weakening the law would reduce the state's ability to act during high-risk, time-sensitive situations.
Want to make clear that there is a distinction between willing consensual sex work and trafficking victims. It's absurd to pretend that these victims have any meaningful ability to consent.
These crimes are complex, hidden, and they're traumatic for our victims.
A human trafficking sting in Oakland County, 8 men facing charges. Michigan is believed to be one of the top states in the nation for human trafficking. Prosecutors stressing this is not a victimless crime. If you are a victim, you're advised to call 911 right away. Well, it's looking like oil will flow through the Straits of Mackinac. A judge siding with Canadian company Enbridge to transport oil through the controversial Line 5 pipeline. The state of Michigan losing the battle. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards is live tonight with the latest on this fight. Lauren.
Roop, the Line 5 pipeline causing quite the controversy over the years. Enbridge pushing for it and the state and others fighting against it. But today a federal judge has something to say about it. Let's get into all the details of his ruling. Now, federal judge Robert Jonker sided with Enbridge, the Canadian oil giant, ruling that the state of Michigan doesn't have the power to shut down the oil pipeline underwater in the Straits of Mackinac. The ruling overrides Governor Whitmer's 2020 order that Enbridge couldn't use the 4-mile underwater stretch, which would effectively make the 645-mile pipeline inoperable. In Jonker's 45-page ruling, he states that stopping the pipeline interferes with Canada and the United States, quote, foreign policy positions and trade relations. He goes on to say when it comes to Line 5, they are the responsibility of the United States, and Michigan lacks the power to interfere, end quote. And the state environmental groups, they say they feel differently, saying that they have health and safety concerns, often citing the Kalamazoo River oil spill from 2010 when an Enbridge Line 6B burst, contaminating the river. Hannah Creek says she doesn't want to see it happen again.
I know there are a lot of people, I feel like everyone I talk to, they don't want to see the Great Lakes have any issues. They want their water to be clean. They want to be able to do water sports, be on their boats, fish, just to, bring their kids to the cabin and play on the beach, and instead we're regressing and we don't have any say about it.
Now, Enbridge provided Fox 2 with a statement which reads in part, quote, Enbridge welcomes today's decision by the federal district court granting our motion for summary judgment. This ruling prevents Governor Whitmer and the Michigan Department of Natural Resources from taking further action to shut down Line 5. The court's decision safeguards both the United States and Canada from the significant energy disruptions that would have resulted from a closure. Now, if you want to read the full statement, you could head to fox2detroit.com. The full statement will be there, but also we reached out to Attorney General Dana Nessel's office and we're waiting to hear back. We want to get their thoughts and perspective on all of it. Reporting live, I'm Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, just to get an idea for people out there, if something was to go wrong in this particular pipeline, how devastating would it be to the waters in that area?
You know, again, when I speak with people, and I've covered this story on and off for years, they always cite the oil spill in Kalamazoo, which impacted the waters there for 5 years. I remember seeing pictures where people were picking up oil. So I think that's what they're fearing may happen again up in Mackinac. They don't want to see it happen again. They don't want it to ever happen anywhere. But, Rube, all I can say is at this time, we're going to continue to keep our eyes on this and just give updates as it all unfolds.
Yeah, we'll continue to follow it very closely. I know you will as well. Lauren Edwards for us live tonight. Thank you. Well, the weather has been on the slightly warmer side the last few days, but some rain could be on the horizon. Weather Authority Rich Luterman, I know whenever we say warmer, you get the tweets and the emails saying, how can you say it's warm?
I'm going to say it. It felt like the 4th of July out there today. I mean, we had numbers in the 40s. The sun was out. We've been in the deep freeze for more than 2 weeks, so it was a welcome sight today to see the sun and feel those warmer temps. In fact, we made it to 44. It's the first time in 3 weeks that we've been this warm. You can see the warmth all the way up to Pellston. There's Ludington at 41. So the thaw is going to continue for one more day. That's tomorrow. It is cooling off right now. 34 for us, 32 in Lansing. Look at Toledo, 25 to our south. Here's some live pictures from the bridge. It's 32 degrees at the Mackinac Bridge right now. So even mild as far north as the UP. We're going to get down to 29. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, some wet weather is likely. It turns much colder Thursday night into Friday. And with that, there is a chance for some icy spots Friday morning. We'll talk more about that 20 minutes from now. Root, back to you.
All right, thank you, Rich. Tonight, the president addressing the nation. We've been talking about this since the top of this show. One of his many topics, the economy. He's declaring triumph despite affordability concerns. We're breaking it all down with a financial planner. Next.